Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis and sharing with you 3 solid Bitcoin indicators predicting the Bitcoin price to rise to $75,000 here in June. We'll also be discussing $8.2 billion in Bitcoin and Ether options will expire. Here's how it can impact the overall crypto markets. We'll also be discussing Wall Street brokers will only accept spot ETFs for the top crypto assets, according to the one and only Cathie Wood. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin can skyrocket to unprecedented heights if this happens, according to the Glassnode co-founders. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin on the cusp of entering a parabolic phase of this cycle. I'll be sharing this timeline. We'll also be discussing $1 million Bitcoin price is possible within the next 18 months, according to the Strike CEO, Jack Mallers. I'll be explaining why. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating it. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome, crypto fam. What it do? We're streaming live and in the flesh on X, on Rumble, on the Tube, on Kick and Twitch. Another Friday, TGIF family. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. The Callous Asian, good to see you, broski. W for the stream. And shout out to Chandy on the new intro song. We appreciate it. Later on Rumble, we're going to be premiering a brand new song Chandy just put together called Bitcoin Dating, and it's pretty lit. I can't wait to share it with you guys. I think you're going to love it. Shout out Devon, shout out John, shout out Greg, shout out Molly. Never fear, JV and his crypto news is here. Precisely. Wop, 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 wop. Play the clip, JV. I'm feeling it today. Alan's feeling it. I might as well play the clip.
Wop, 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 wop.
Hey. Who got into music? This has Full House Family Matter vibes. I love it. We got to thank Chandy. She produced that track and threw it together for us, and she has a brand new track we'll be premiering for the first time later in the stream. Stick around. And I'll also be sharing the video with you tomorrow. Brand new music video, fam. What up, y'all? JV, Northwest Alabama in the house. Shout out Creeper. Shout out Ryan. Shout out McFootinator. Shout out K-Dub. Shout out Carrie Watts. Welcome back. Where you been, Carrie? It's been a minute. Good to see you guys. This is live and interactive, so please, please, please let me know where you're tuned in from this fabulous Friday. Last day of the month. We're going to get a monthly close. Big day in Bitcoin here today, fam. Make some noise. Repost this. Spread the word. Greatly appreciated. Special shout out to all the moderators. Always doing a fantastic job. K-Jam in the building. Molly, Dankness, K-Surge. Of course, JC Ice Baby. And of course, we have Darth Melda. Welcome, fam. Thailand in the building. John Doe in the building. Good to see you guys. Love the new track. So it's anonymous. Unanimous. My bad. Everyone loves the new track. Love to hear that. Good stuff. ETH to 20K. Very possible. I think if Bitcoin hit 1 million, it's inevitable. ETH would probably surpass 20. Maybe 30, maybe 40, maybe 50. What do you guys think? If Bitcoin hypothetically right now was 1 million, where do you think Ether would be at? Let me know. I'll read your thoughts out loud. Welcome, Texas Jody Day, eh? Welcome, family. Stockport, Northwest England in the building. Stress-free VIP. Let's go. Buckle up, boys. We're heading to the moon. There you go, digital maniac. I love you maniacs out there, crypto maniacs. Remember the Animaniacs? Kepler, London, Northwood representing. Added sats today. Music to my ears. WCBJJ77. Sat stacking Friday. That'll take us into sat stacking Saturday. FYI, tomorrow we're going to be streaming earlier than 4. My schedule is just changing for that one day. So we're going to be streaming earlier. Just note, probably a couple of hours earlier. So my guess is going to be 2 o'clock versus 4 o'clock. So make note of it. That's just tomorrow on Sat Stack and Saturday, family. First of the month. Get up, get up. Viva Bitcoin. Saludos. Desde Panama in the building. Shout out Panama, Panama City representing. Good to see you guys. Jose Pardo. I hope we pump up my promised 68 monthly close. You know what? Let's trump it up while we're at it.
Pump it up.
Don't you know, trump it up. We got to trump it up. Don't you know, trump it up. Come on, trump it up with me. ETH sucks compared to Bitcoin, but yep, in a few weeks when the ETH ETFs hit, look for a new all-time high well above 4,000. Agreed. I think once we get the ETF to begin trading, game on. ETH is going to be very bullish. We saw a 20% ETH jump just off of the approval, right? That was even before the approval was officially announced. That was basically the insiders telling you it was coming. Safard, Balchunas, the Bloomberg ETF analysts we cover very commonly. What's the second best crypto? I thought you'd never ask.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
That's right. Let's see this. Love the theme song, says JC Ice. Everyone loves the theme song. Grant says the Dems say that Trump had a fair trial. Yeah, right. In the United States of the Banana Republic. Shout out Max Kaiser. He called it. The United States has become a banana republic many years ago. Greg says the Japanese exchange got hacked for 300 million. I saw that. Sucks for them. Good Lord. That's a pretty substantial hack. I'm not sure which comment you're referring to, JC Ice, Cryptomaniacs, and we always stacking sats. Oh, I like that. Good bars right there. Cryptomaniacs, and we always stacking sats. Got a nice ring to it. Fishing of salmon and halibut. Fresh salmon from the seas, eh? Let me know if that was the comment, JC Ice. Bitcoin all-time high this weekend. Please smash up the likes. Please, it does help out tremendously. We greatly appreciate all the support we can get, especially after the BS termination under false pretenses. We did get the channel back, but it has greatly impacted our stats, our numbers, our live viewers. But that's why we're also now streaming on X and other platforms. We're streaming 5 different platforms all at once. So we appreciate you guys for the support. Pump it up. Let's get this mofo started.
Pump, 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 pump it up. Pump, 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 pump it up.
Well, I dig the bars. I remember the Animaniacs like yesterday because that was very popular. I think it was like a Warner Brothers cartoon. We're Animaniacs. You know what I mean? Those guys are kind of funny. Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you for the bars. I dig it. Locks guy in the building. That orange love, that Bitcoin love, true genuine love, which will take us into our Bitcoin love song later. Grant Noakes gifted 10 memberships to the following: Creeper 420, Stress Free, VIP, Benny Avlis, Sir Captain Sticks, Rob C, Web City USA, David Nelson, Cosmocom, Jerry Schick, and Unholy Almond. You all been hooked up and blessed with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. On behalf of the one and only Grant Noakes, greatly appreciate that, brother. That's very kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In honor of Donald Trump, that was pretty interesting. We reacted live. We happened to be streaming, and it was around 6 o'clock. We got the verdict, and I think we were all shocked. 34 counts. Guilty, 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 guilty. And it's like, is this really happening? Is this really happening? And now sentencing, I think, takes place on the 11th. Correct me if I'm wrong. 11. So I think that's like in another week and a half. So it's going to be interesting. Or was it the following month? Maybe it was July. I don't even recall. Let me know. But yeah, craziness going on. I saw Mr. Biden just gave a press conference and they asked, is Trump being a political prisoner? And then he just like grinned, gave a wink, and walked off. You can't make the ish up. I'm still shell-shocked, says Don George. Thanks for the membership, Grant. You the man. Cheers, Creeper. Happy to have you here. It was a sad moment, but he will still be the next president. Yeah, I think even more people are going to vote for him. People hate injustice, so I agree with you, Chandy. Each count equals 1 million in fundraising. Oh, that's right. Didn't he get a crazy amount of donations? Like 37 million came in yesterday. Even Andrew Tate pledged to donate $200,000 to his homie, Donald Trump. Bitcoin is pure physics and math, which means if two presidential opponents are pro-Bitcoin, Bitcoin will be the president. Therefore, Bitcoin is the king. It trumps the president. As I said yesterday, the only thing that trumps the current Trump, as far as is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like the Mac Daddy Trump card. Bitcoin never in jail. You can't imprison Bitcoin precisely. 36.8 million in small donations. I bet you a lot of that was crypto. I saw a lot of crypto bros donating. Devon says 35 mil. Still a lot of money, any way you slice it. Hey. Good day. Happy weekend. Shout out Turbit. Good to see you, broskies. Thanks for the membership, says Stress Free. We appreciate all the new members of the channel. And on the 1st, tomorrow, remind me, I pledge to give 10 memberships as well. So make sure to attend tomorrow. We're going to be streaming a little early. It's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to give away 10 free memberships to the channel. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Anyways, fam, if you're new to the YouTube channel, very important to smash those likes and hit that subscribe button. It helps out tremendously with the YouTube algo and helps spread the word, especially if you're over on X. Just hit the repost button. I always make a couple of tweets before I start the live. If you guys can repost it and spread the word, it's greatly appreciated. Today is pod episode number 1656. I'm your host, JV. It's the last day of the month, May 31st, 2024. Looking forward to a strong monthly close. Hopefully we can flip back in the green. Let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. Just give me a second to fix the screen capture. 1 second. I guess I'd never reset it from when I rebooted the computer. 1 moment. Bada boom, bada bing. We should be good. Let me know if you can see it on screen there. We can see Bitcoin in the green or in the red, but barely, less than 1% in the red, trading above 67,700. We have Ether trading back above 3,700, while Solana, XRP, and AVAX are all correcting and in the red. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com, we're sitting at a 2.5 trillion market cap with 77 billion in volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance 52.8%, with the Ether dominance back on the rise at 18% even. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we got Beam up 8%, Lido DAO up 7%, and Pepe up 5%. Below that, Jasmine, Ondo, and Wormhole. Dun, dun, dun. Which altcoins are you most bullish on for this bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective of the market on the day. Safe to say, I'd say 60% in the red, 40% in the green. And zooming out on the monthly for a broader perspective, like 90% in the green and pretty respective gainers. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, we're currently rated a 73 greed, same as yesterday. Last week, 74, and last month, a 54, which is neutral. So there you have it, Crypto La Familia. How do you feel? We'll likely do before the end of the daily close for the monthly close of this May. Holla. Let me know, and I'll read those thoughts out loud. Trump's donation website got overwhelmed and went down. I heard that. I did hear that. I wrote to my governor and AG, Attorney General, to file with the Supreme Court against New York for disenfranchisement of voters of South Carolina. Good for you. Love to see you politically motivated and charged to make some form of change. So much respect, JC Ice, baby. How's it, my China? How's it, my China? Is someone here in China? Is that Ann? Are you in China? Let me know. Great idea, says Grant Noakes. Market watch. No coins go anywhere until Bitcoin decides to break up. A new all-time high. 75 G's incoming. There's no doubt in my mind we hit the all-time high, obviously, in June. I was hoping we get it this week, but I don't think the Trump verdict went according to plan as far as us Bitcoiners, right? Floki and Pepe, says Kepler. The infamous frog meme going. I saw someone's like, it was one of the headlines a few days ago. It was like, investor invests 1,000 in Pepe, something crazy like that, and turns it into 36 million. I'm just like, good Lord. Sent Trump Bitcoin $1,500. Whoa. Jerry Reynolds outside working on the boat and rocking to Robbie P. Shout out Robbie P. I'm a big fan. Shout out Mr. Bone Daddy. Get it done. Get her did. Still in the 60 range. That's right. So for that sake,
60 G's, baby! It's red panty night when you sign to find me, yeah? Back at home with your wife. It's a celebration.
it's a celebration, stacking them sats while Bitcoin is in the red. Sub 70,000 is a celebration.
People are always saying about the talk, and I talk, and I talk, and I talk, but guess fucking...
Bitcoin backs it up, though. It backs it up, though. Pepe was created in 2016. Wow, that was a long time ago. I didn't even realize that coin is that old. So it must have been a very early investor. And then it makes sense. You put 1 penny in Pepe back then, you're now worth 20 billion, more wealthy than Mr. Trump. That's crypto. I don't make the rules. I will invest into the upcoming Pepe ETF. That will be crazy, yo, if the meme coins all get ETFs. According to Kathy Wood, only the big coins are going to get the ETFs. We're going to be discussing that later, but you just never know. Mikey Saylor himself said that there was no way the regulators would approve the Ethereum ETF. And lo and behold, we got the approval of an Ethereum ETF. So you just never know. Pepe is a cute name. I like saying it. And in the memes, yeah, I remember when people started like pumping it very earlier on, and it was like, I'm like, what's this PP coin? And they're like, it's Pepe. It's not PP. I'm like, well, it looks like a PP coin. Pepe is a cute name. It is. 90,000 incoming. I'm in South Africa, Durban. It is a saying we have here for anyone. Right on, Ann. I gotcha. Ripple Labs says there will be the next ETF. Yes, I did hear that. What's his name? Their CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, is saying there will be an XRP ETF. So you're saying, what do we got? Solana, XRP, and Cardano. Yeah, I think if ETH gets approved, which it already did once it launches, those may be the next ones. Solana, XRP, and Cardano. Probably right. Pepe has no use of utility for it. Well, that's sick. The use case is get rich or die trying. There's your use case for most of the meme coins. Winnie62, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Respect. If anyone else decides to smash the subscribe button, you'll get on-screen recognition and a personal shout out by yours truly. So please do subscribe. I appreciate it. If Pepe is not performing most alts, why shouldn't it have an ETF? Oh, if it's outperforming. Good question. We shall soon see. Mr. Gensler, can we get some clarity? Is Pepe an unregistered security or a commodity? So, some bros say Pepe can go to 100 billion this cycle, and in the last 2 months, the market turnover of Pepe is 30% above XRP. It is wild, bro. Don't get me wrong. It's very impressive what some of these alts have accomplished. I think there is a big rug pull coming on all of those token ETFs, says Kerry Watts. I will never touch anything sourced from Ripple Labs, says Greg. McFootnader, Litecoin ETF in the talks. Litecoin is an OG crypto, at least. Was Litecoin one of the original forks of Bitcoin? I know it's considered like the silver, and initially I remember Bitcoin was always considered digital gold, and they're like, Litecoin is the silver. I wonder if people are still feeling that way. My bro, what's a coming? Shout out Gianluca. Good to see you, bro. And guess what? The Mavs won the championship. Luca was on fire. Shout out Kyrie Irving and the entire team. Sucks to be, what's his name? Mark Cuban. Didn't he just sell the franchise for multi-billions for one of the biggest come-ups in franchise history right before they win the championship? How ironic is that? I found that interesting. I'm not a huge fan of Mark Cuban because he was always dissing Bitcoin, and he always promoted the ish coins that collapsed and went to zero, and I just never understood his logic. He even once compared Bitcoin to bananas, and was like, at least bananas have a real intrinsic value. You can eat them. Whereas with Bitcoin, you can't eat it. Therefore, bananas are more valuable. Hence, we live in a banana republic, family. Walking in silently in the background of church. Church is in session. Let's go. I'm in on Pepe because I see the profit. Much love to you there, K-Jam. Hope you get very profitable with it. It's a Bitcoin test net, says McFootnader. Are you referring to Litecoin? It is not a security or a commodity. It's a frog. It reminds me of like WB. Cuban is a selfie. I was never a fan of him, even on Shark Tank. He was my least favorite. I guess Mr. Wonderful is my least favorite, then Mark. And I guess my favorite sharks were always the ones that seemed honest, Lori and Barbara. What do you guys say to that? I haven't watched like Shark Tank in forever, but those were my favorite too. If I ever went on Shark Tank, I'd make a deal with the ladies. Sorry, gentlemen. Right, Ice Ice Baby, the first frog on the moon? You guys are hilarious. Welcome, Rob C. Keep the comments flowing, but let's kick it with our Bitcoin TA, aka astrology for the broskies. Here we go. Bitcoin surged by over 60% year to date, not too shabby, as of May 2024, helped by capital inflows towards this newly introduced ETF in the United States and expectations of the interest rate cuts by the Fed. And according to a mix of on-chain, fundamental, and technical indicators, the benchmark crypto BTC may witness further gains in June, potentially reaching 75. I say that is very conservative. I mean, that would just take us to new price discovery, but we already tapped 73.8 back in mid-March. But from the technical perspective, Bitcoin's ability to reach 75 G's, baby, comes from its prevailing symmetrical triangle pattern characterized by the price of consolidation between two converging trend lines, connecting a series of sequential peaks and troughs. Typically, the symmetrical triangles formation during an uptrend signals bullish continuation, resolving when the price breaks above the upper trend line and rises by as much as the maximum distance between the upper and the lower trend line, as outlined here in the 4-hour chart. And as of May 31st today, the Bitcoin price was nearing the triangle apex, as you can see in the chart, where its two trend lines converge. Bitcoin now eyes a break above the upper trend line, which, per the technical rule mentioned above, could propel the price towards 74 to 75,000 this month of June coming up, depending upon the breakout point. The breakout point could be around 69,000, a level coinciding with Bitcoin's ongoing ascending trendline support. Now, let's discuss Bitcoin ETF buyers' return. Bitcoin reached a new all-time high of around 73,000 early March. This surge coincided with the long-term hodlers selling a significant volume of their holdings, creating a supply overhang that led to a correction and consolidation period. Now, as prices dropped and sellers became exhausted, the market gradually transitioned into a re-accumulation phase. This shift is evident in the Bitcoin ETF flows, which saw a regime of net outflows throughout April. Now, during the market sell-off to a local low of 57.5, ETFs experienced substantial net outflows, averaging negative $148 million daily. Now, this period of outflows marked a form of micro-capitulation, but the trend has since reversed sharply, thank God. And last week, Bitcoin ETFs reported a remarkable net inflow of 242 million per day, and BlackRock achieved 20 billion in volume, as we shared in yesterday's story. This underscores the significant upside impact of ETFs on the market and the relatively diminished influence of the halving. Moving forward, as a result, the Bitcoin price very well positioned to continue into its rally in June. Let's go. Meanwhile, the Ethereum ETF approval possibilities, let's touch upon them. US spot Ether ETFs have a legit possibility of launching by late June, according to analysts following the key filing update by BlackRock. For example, May 29th, BlackRock updated the Form S1 for its iShares Ethereum Trust with the SEC nearly a week after the regulator approved the 19B4 filing. Both approvals are required for the ETF to commence trading, and according to Eric Balchunas, this is a good sign. We'll probably see the rest roll in soon. So there you go, yo. The successful launch of the Ethereum ETFs could set a net positive precedent for the Bitcoin ETFs, potentially boosting investor confidence and increasing demand in the crypto market. This further enables Bitcoin to achieve a symmetrical triangle breakout target of 75,000 here in June. So there you go, crypto bros. Let me know your thoughts on that. I say 75, easy peasy. And in fact, we could hit 85, 90. There is no top, as fiat has no bottom. You guys already know. Shout out Sarah, Dolly, welcome family. Let's go. You say you're buying the Jasmine now? Anyone else buying the Jasmine? Let me know. Crody. Carlos, welcome family. What's poppin'? Is Crody a meme coin, or is that an altcoin, or are you just saying Crody? As I know, Kendrick Lamar used that term several times in his diss track to Drake. You want to speak on the family, Crody? Oh, come on now.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
You already know. I got my Italian sparkling mineral water in session. Mook squad, roll call. You mamalukes and mooks. It is what it is. Welcome everyone just joining the stream. A beautiful Friday, very hot. Here in Puerto Rico, I know it's scorching in Florida. Where you guys from? Let me know. Please do interact in the chat, as this is a live and interactive show. JV just getting the show started, family. A lot to share with you today. Turbo meme coin is pumping, says Stephanie. Word. Careful with the ETH ETF. A few things to consider, says Greg. Switch from proof of work to proof of stake in September. ETH can also roll back their ledger. Remember the DOA hack? Great point, Greg. They have done that. That's very alarming. Very, very alarming. Bro, give an estimate of your 1 mil target. Mine is 2030. Well, today's featured story is Jack Mallers, the Strike CEO, says his prediction for Bitcoin within the next 18 months is anywhere from 250,000 per biddy to 1 million per coin. We're going to be discussing that, but you got to stay tuned. We'll be sharing all about the $1 million predictions. I'll give you my personal prediction and all that stuff. Oompa Loompa request. You got it, broski.
Oompa Loompa Doompa-dee-doo. I've got another halving for you.
Let's go. Crypto Surge says Puerto Ricans don't like to be called Goya beans. Did someone call them Goya beans? That's messed up. Perfect weather in Southeast PA. Amen to that. Yeah, you'll probably get jumped. If you're here in Puerto Rico and you're like, you look like a Goya bean, guaranteed you're getting jumped. I am taking a break and drinking LaCroix and staying hydrated. Well, enjoy the LaCroix. Now, the LaCroix, from my understanding, is not Bobby approved. I scanned it at Costco. That's why I had to go with a different one. I went with this one, just FYI. The only ingredient is carbonated water. Water and carbon dioxide. 2 ingredients. Bobby approved. There you go. Where in Puerto Rico? I'm in I can't even pronounce the city properly. Arecibo. Right on. I'm not going to tell you exactly which city I'm in, but I'll give you a hint. I am not too far from San Juan. Not too far from San Juan. I can't live in the city. I've done that, and I did that during Novid, and I'll never do it again. So I'm on the outskirts of the city in the suburbs. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I'm at. Play McGregor 60 G's, baby. You got it, bro.
60 G's, baby!
It's a celebration. Orange panty night. NEPA here. What's the NE? Northeast Pennsylvania. Let's go. Darth Melda's here. Beautiful day in Iowa. I know Iowa got amongst the best wrestling teams, right? Shout out Dirty. Are you a wrestler? Enjoying the sun? Oh, speaking of fighting, I think tomorrow is a big UFC card. Islam Makhachev is fighting Dustin Poirier for the title. Who do you got? Who do you think's going to win? Let me know. JB, how you feeling about oh, yeah, they just announced Nick Diaz. Is he fighting this Saturday too? I'm assuming he is. But that seems last minute, or is that a following card? I don't know if he's fighting tomorrow, but I'm a huge Diaz. The entire, both Diaz brothers, Nick and Nate. So I'm a fan. I'm looking forward to it. But I always feel bad for Nick Diaz when he fights because he's honest. And they're like, so, at the press conferences, he's like, I don't really want to fight. I have to. I kind of need the money. I hate fighting. He's like, feel sorry for the guy. At least he's honest. He don't like to fight. I don't think anyone really likes to fight unless you're just crazy, mentally insane. Neri, good afternoon. Good afternoon, bro. What do you think about the dog go to the moon? The dog coin's exploding. It can do a 10x. Talk about the Nip coin? Which dog coin? Luque is a killer. He is. Surprised they matched him with Diaz. Sad. He's obviously doing it for the payday. I'm a big fan of the Diaz brothers, so respect. That is a cool chair you have for your daughter. Thank you. The Princess Pink, the reason I think it's awesome, it also has like the footrest. My chair don't do that. So it's like, you can't see it from here, but it has like the footrest. I got to get one like that so you can actually lounge and lay down on it as well, which I thought was kind of cool. Getting my daily fix of JV. Let's go. Bring it. Bitcoin is a technology that allows us to eliminate the waste in electricity production. It allows us to use all of it and has never happened before. Well said, Molly. I think highest and best energy use, mining Bitcoin. Bring it. 219 on X. Shout out to the X fam, X clan, where you at? Now, I'm a little sus. Actually, I won't talk about it right now. I'll talk about it later. Something about X forcing content creators to sign something I don't agree with in order to get paid. But I won't talk about it on this stream. because of the forces of evil behind it. But anyways, I digress. At Consensus 2024, renowned Bitcoin advocacy Anthony Pompliano shared his perspectives on Bitcoin's new landscape and its far-reaching utility. Shout out to Pompliano. I'm a fan. I have a black version with the footrest and the back massager. All built in, yo. That's what's up. JV need a new chair because the wear and tear, like the armrest, is starting to get like, you know what I mean? I use the chair every day, so I've been probably using this for 3 years now, 2-3 years. Yeah, K-Jam is in his thing. What thing is that? I need to get a new seat. This or this one is flat now. Word. 46 on Rumble. Shout out to the Rumble fam. Uncensored JV for the win. I'm gonna hurt some feelings. What do you call the altcoins? What do you call the altcoins? What do you call those who hodl altcoins?
But like most
I know that's a low blow to all the altcoin holders, but hey, I'm trying to have some fun here.
of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People.
Now, what do we call fiat currency? What's a term I'll use for here? Those people that love stuff and they can't get rid of stuff. What do we call those people? They're obsessed with collecting things. I forget the term.
That use fiat.
Hoarder. Fiat hoarders. What do we call fiat hoarders, folks?
Currency as a store of value.
How is the Trump coin doing, or the Trump stock since the verdict? Let me know.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Boom. Fiat hoarders, we call them poor. Pack the TA, RTA. What's the R stand for there? RTA. I call the fiat ish. Well, the ultimate ish coin in all reality is the fiat. I'm going to agree there. I'd rather have altcoins than fiat. But what's going to trump everything is the Bitcoin. There is no second best. Rats, nerds. Bitcoin, oh, fiat rats, fiat nerds. What do we call fiat nerds? Bill Gates. We call them Gates. Pretty much. What do you call meme coins? Poor. And then the person who made the 36 million with the $1,000 Pepe investment is laughing at us. Ha ha! Who got the last laugh, Bitcoiners? Kind of funny. I only have a couple of alts. Call and Tron. JC Ice, baby. What do you call people who store their savings in fiat? We call them Robert De Niro's. That's a good one, yo.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless.
I like that one. Grown-ups that collect toys, the worst.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
But anyways, fam, let's move on. Next story of the day. There's a lot of options which are set to expire. 8.2 billion worth. So I wanted to actually break this down for you guys. Headline reads, 8.2 billion in Bitcoin and Ethereum options expire. Here's how it could impact the crypto market. May 31st. Oh, that's today. 69,000 Bitcoin options worth almost 5 billion and 920,000 Ether options worth 3.5 billion will expire. The expiry of crypto option contracts is historically linked to the price volatility in the crypto market. And according to the derivative data, the put-call ratio for the expired Bitcoin options is 0.61. This means more calls are expiring than puts. On the other hand, Ether options had a put-call ratio of 0.46. The put-call ratio is a technical indicator that reflects trader market sentiment. A PCR below 0.7 is considered a strong bullish sentiment, while a PCR above 1 is considered a strong bearish sentiment. So the max pain for Bitcoin is at 66 Gs and ETH 3,300. As outlined here, the maximum pain point 3,300, with Bitcoin currently trading in the 68 range. 2,000 above the pain point. The ETH is trading at 3,700, more than 400 above the pain point. So we're actually quite close. Millions of open interests are in long positions with strike prices at 70,000, 75, 80, and even 100,000. Open interest refers to the total number of outstanding derivative contracts that have not yet been settled. Few traders have placed long positions on Bitcoin with a target price of 100,000, with 886 million in open interest at the strike price. The number of long positions appears significant. The total notional value of all the outstanding Bitcoin option contracts amounts to 19 billion. Meanwhile, the spot Ether ETF approval by the SEC, which we touched upon earlier, saw the ETH price rise 20% in May. Anticipation of the approval, and so we'll be keeping you posted on that. So maybe this is why the market is so volatile right now and still in the red with all these options expiring today, May 31st, last day of the month. So there you have it, crypto fam. When I receive fiat USD, it goes right into BTC, not a bank. Respect to that, K-Jam. Respect to that. We need a moot coin, and it should have De Niro's face, right, as the icon. Why not? Records are the only thing you can collect at any age, and it's always cool. Well, I guess, granted, you still have a turntable and a way to play the record, right, Adam? I'm sure you have one, though. The Bitcoin monthly close is near 3 hours. Wow, only 3 hours away. Wow. Stick around, fam. It's not quite a bullish engulfing, but it's a big green candle. Wow. What was last month's close? I don't recall. If someone can pull up the monthly chart, let me know where we closed that last month. Did you see the elevator shoes Bobby D was wearing? Yeah, I almost thought that was like AI generated. Was that actually real? I saw he was rocking like platforms and I didn't understand it. Like I shared it with my mom. She's like, that's not real. You believe everything you see on the internet? And I'm like, maybe. Jenner coin is apparently real. Everyone said that was an AI fake. That's actually real. Hey, JB, got YouTube and X simultaneously streaming. What's best for revenue? I guess YouTube, then Rumble based on the X. Good question, Matt. All I know is my YouTube ad revenue got as high as $5,000 for the first time ever in 6 years. Then I got terminated, and now it's like $1,000. Just to give you some insights. Maybe my Rumble ad revenue is $50. Maybe my X ad revenue is $50. So it's virtually nothing. So I feel like I'm starting all over again on YouTube. So be it, is what it is. Cry me a river. Apple started buying BTC. The buck stops here. Says Stacks is a layer build on top of the Bitcoin blockchain designed to expand the functionality of Bitcoin. Word up. Nope. De Niro wears lifts. Why? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is he really 5'10 or 5'9? Because I looked up his height just for the hell of it. And it said like 5'9 or 5'10. So I'm like, that's not short. I mean, I'm short. I'm 5'6. So I'm trying to understand, why is he wearing platforms? Let me know. 257 on X. Yeah, now I'm sus with X. Like, I don't want to sign the agreement to continue to get paid over there. I don't feel comfortable doing so. So I don't know what to do. Advice, please. JB is getting rugged by YouTube for real, Jose. It's not cool. Not cool. But hey, we're still streaming on the platform, so he needs brain lifts. Yeah, exactly. The leg lifts are not going to help his brain, though, unfortunately, Bobby Digital. But let's keep in mind, De Niro's not stupid. He's not incompetent. He's just compromised. He was on an island. He was on Gilligan's Island, which is what we refer to the island here on the tube for censorship purposes. And people who are on Gilligan's Island protect the man in power. You understand that, right? He's not a mook. He's acting like a mook, but that's what he is. He's an actor. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Your ad revenue got too high. That explains why they terminate your channel to slow the momentum. Could be. I really don't know. No way De Niro is 5'10". He's 5'7"? No way. So he's 5'10" with the lifts. Now it's all making sense. So I'm as tall as De Niro with shoes on because I'm 5'7" with my sneakers. Let's go. Now I feel like a real G. I'm just playing. After 7 green months, now we have... Yeah, so when you start a YouTube channel, you know you can't even monetize it until you get so many hour views and so many subscribers. So your first year, you make nothing. And then eventually you start to make $20, $50, $100. Then if you're really lucky and you continue with it after years of building it, you get to $1,000 income. Eventually you may hit $2,000. And if you're very consistent like I was for the past 6 years and you do a stream every single day and you produce content every single day religiously, maybe you'll get to $5,000 a month. And then they just terminated, reset the clock. Memberships, let's all restart. So it's kind of crazy, yo. It almost feels like no matter what you do, they're out to get you. Kind of sounds crazy, but I don't sweat it because of the BTC. So it is what it is. All the big male stars are short. It is weird how everyone is short. Not everyone, but you see what I'm saying. I put my height into the centimeters into Google and it said 5'9", and then I put into Google a year later and it said 5'10". No, you for real, Adam? Hopefully in 2 years it'll be 6 foot. I am 5'7". Okay, so me and JC Ice are about the same height. I'm like 5'6.5", but with shoes on, I'm definitely 5'7". It is not fair, JV makes us mad, but we got your back. They're always out to get you. It could just be a hater. It may not even be the forces of evil. It could just be a fellow content creator. Maybe it don't like me. I really don't know. I don't know what to say. Don't sweat it, JV. I'm about 5'5". Thank you. Now I feel like a giant. I'm sure Kendrick Lamar is shorter than me, so it's all good. And he's like the most gangster rapper there is. Hey, JV. 5'9" on the dot. Nice, Alan. Word up. Shout out Barack Monfils Evangelista. Good to see you, broski. JV getting too close to the truth. Can't be having that. That's what it feels like. If I was to guess, I'd say Matrix attack, but I can't prove it. So it's just speculation. I wish YouTube gave us insights like we terminated your channel because XYZ person claimed you were, but they don't give you any information. They just terminate you. And if you're lucky enough, you get an appeal and then they reinstate your channel, but they still never tell you what you did. They claim one of my video was against their terms and conditions. And I appealed it and they apologized again and said, sorry, your video wasn't against our term. They give it back. But the damage is already done. Tube, the damage is done. My husband's only 5'6". That's so awesome. So JC Ice is the taller one in the fam. What about the kiddos? Do you have any of the kiddos who have surpassed you in height yet? Let me know. But anyways, fam, next story of the day. Let's get into it. Let's discuss these spot ETFs a little deeper. The headline reads, Wall Street brokers will only accept spot ETFs for the top crypto assets. Well, at least according to Kathy Wood. Make some noise, broskies. We know you guys love Kathy Wood and her special water, if you know what I mean. ARK Invest CEO Kathy Wood believes wirehouses will only have interest in ETFs or top digital assets. She was recently interviewed by Peter McCormick at the Consensus 2024 crypto conference and said that the large broker-dealers will likely embrace only a spot Bitcoin ETF and Ethereum ETF. To date, only Bitcoin ETFs have launched, but it now seems possible ETH ETFs could launch later this year. Crypto insiders believe that ETFs for other crypto assets would soon follow after. Quoting her here, I don't think the wirehouses will accept. There could be two. These two, Bitcoin and Ether ETFs, maybe Solana, maybe. But I don't think that the wirehouse platforms will want to do more than the majors just to give their clients exposure to this new asset class. What I do think is, and we have some of these, the private funds are going to sift through the thousands out there and probably find 20 or 30. But you're going to have to do a tremendous amount of due diligence because, as you say, there's a lot of nonsense going on out there. You can say that again, especially with the Jenner coin. You know what I mean? Wood also said that since the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, ARK is amongst those that launched an ETF for Bitcoin. Wirehouses are doing their due diligence, and the King Crypto, she believes they'll start to offer the product to their clients. What has changed is we are now talking to the major platforms. We call them wirehouses. So Morgan Stanley, UBS, Merrill Lynch, Wells Fargo, and they are deep in due diligence like, okay, what is this? It's mind-boggling to me that they don't even know what this is. I mean, how many more years have to go by before they, get the memo, for Christ's sake? Bitcoin's been around for 15 years. It's kind of hilarious. And while no major platform has yet to put any of the spot Bitcoin ETFs on this platform yet, we think that's a coming. We can tell from the kinds of questions in which they're asking. And to watch the video she did with Peter McCormick, check the show notes below the video in the description. So there you go, crypto fam. What are your thoughts on that? And which particular altcoins, if any, do you think will get the ETF approval after Ethereum? Let me know. Toe Squad roll call. What's the Toe Squad? I think we are pumping right now. Good. Let's get back in the green, baby. Let's go. Where are we at? 67.7. We got to get above 70. If we can do above 70 before the monthly close, game on. My oldest was 6'3". No way. My condolences. He passed in 2011. Sorry to hear that. But 6'3", that's like a giant. No one in my family is 6 foot. My mom's like 5 foot. My pops was like 5'9", like De Niro with platforms. And I'm 5'6". My brother's like maybe 5'7", 5'8". Maybe my daughter will be tall. You never know. Kathy Wood's sweet bunions. How did this conversation turn into the Toe Squad and Kathy Wood's bunions? Very interesting, broskies. Very, very interesting. I just a little curious. Anyone interested in Kathy Wood, even if she was poor? That's a great question, Serge. Let's hear it, broskies. Be truthful. Kathy Wood is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Tell him, Darth. A wirehouse is a term for the financial banking system and how they move the fiat currency. Wirehouses, a.k.a. money laundering. That's what it sounds like. Crazy. Is your ex tall? No. She's short too. If I was to guess, I'd say 5'4". So I was actually taller. So in my immediate family, I'm the tall one. I thought she was going to say we call them poor. My cat stepped on the keyboard. Blame it on the cat, Digi. Blame it on the cat. Which water did you speak of? Not Kathy Wood's bath water. Earlier, I was, kind of promoting the Italian sparkling mineral water. But to each their own. To each their own.
Pump it up. Look, pump it up if your game and went long. When the dip hit, you just stay like King Kong.
Boom, shakalaka. Anyways, fam, let's keep it moving. Next story of the day, let's discuss some bullishness in the market. The next 3 stories are all bullishness in the market. So brace yourself, fools. Headline reads, Bitcoin can skyrocket to unprecedented heights if this happens, according to the Glassnode co-founders. That's right. Glassnode co-founders. They say Bitcoin can hit a new all-time high of 75,000 if Bitcoin overcomes the formidable resistance level of 72, quoting them here. Currently expect Bitcoin to range between 64 and 72, giving altcoins a chance to shine. The 72-74 range is marked by high supply and selling pressure. According to the Glassnode co-founders, if Bitcoin breaks above 72 to 74 level, it could trigger a short squeeze, propelling BTC to unprecedented heights. And on the wider crypto market, the Glassnode co-founder further say that the upcoming inflation data from the US could have a negative impact. Quoting them here, strong income and higher inflation might hint at a Federal Reserve rate hike, risking the crypto sell-off. The Glassnode co-founders also recently said that the value of Bitcoin relative to the price of gold and the Bitcoin to gold ratio could rise approximately 2.24x over the coming months. The Bitcoin gold ratio currently stands at 29. Quoting them here, Bitcoin gold ratio still suggests that we can see Bitcoin at 65x the price of gold at the end of this crypto bull cycle. Now, I don't know if that's a typo. It seems pretty overly bullish considering what I just read. But could you see that? Bitcoin 65x the price of gold at the end of this cycle? Because that would be insane. Well, I guess where's the gold price right now? Are we still at $2,000 an ounce? But he's specifically referring to the Bitcoin to gold ratio, which I'm not so familiar with. So please enlighten me, crypto fam, and let me know if you agree. They also say this would imply more than a double the performance of Bitcoin compared to the shiny metal. And there you go. I'm sure Peter Schiff loves to hear that. And here's the actual tweet they made. Deep dive, breaking barriers in crypto. Bitcoin tested 72 resistance level thrice last week. Wow, I don't think I've ever used that term thrice. I'm going to have to start using it. While there remains a formidable barrier, a confirmed break above could push Bitcoin to a new all-time high of 75 Gs. Currently expect Bitcoin to range between 64 and 72, given the alts chance to shine. The 72-74 range is marked by high supply and selling pressure. However, a sudden breach here could trigger a short squeeze, propelling Bitcoin to unprecedented heights, and it shows you the speedometers, which is interesting. This is brought to you by Swiss Block, and it shows you some good analytics, which I haven't ever seen this one either. So more insights for us to drool over for our astrology for the broskies. But anyways, fam, let me know if you agree or disagree with Glassnode and their founders there. He is saying 150,000 Bitcoin. Let's go. I dig it. I dig that. When Bitcoin hits 75,000 and holds a new base, that's when we'll be on our way to 100. Just my own thoughts, not advice. Thanks for the reminder. Everything you hear on this podcast and live stream is not financial advice. I do this stream specifically for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time. And thank you guys for entertaining my crazy ideas and theories in crypto for entertainment purposes only. Let me know what you think of my disclosure. But yeah, agree, Molly, nice and fast. I love and enjoy hearing JV read the latest crypto news. He is the greatest of all time. I had to paraphrase there. Thank you, Molly. It's very kind of you. 300 on X. Great entertainment, JV. Thank you. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Damn straight. Definitely not like us. That's a given.
Shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot.
Thrice, 3 times the rice. Which reminds me, my favorite football player as a child was Jerry Rice. Let's go. Back when he played on San Fran with Joe Montana. Let's go. Okay, back off the mandatory Unicon sanctioned beer break. What kind of beer you sipping on there? Never understood getting into feet. Guess I am an old fashioned, says Steve N. You don't know what you're missing out on, bro. Just saying. SFB trades thrice and beans. Oh, that's right. He allegedly eats the beans because he needs the protein and then trades the rice. So I guess rice is a hot commodity in the prison cells. Go figure. What's the second best crypto asset? Good question.
Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Take all your time, figure out how to borrow more.
Facts. Forever. And ever. And ever. I'm 6'1", and I felt weird when the girl I was dating was taller. Oh, wow. I would imagine 6 foot tall women are not as common as 6 foot tall men, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I don't know. But that's actually interesting, being 6'1" and dating a girl maybe 6'5". You could soak and ferment the rice to make alcohol. Oh, I never thought of that. But do you think they can do that in jail? You never know, I guess. Natural ice, the most efficient beer ever. They not like us. ABV to Cali's. It scores the highest according to the Beer Advocate. Word. For the record, Footnader, not Footnader. Huh? Oh, it's Foofinator. Why do I always say Footnader? Thanks for finally correcting me. I think every single day on the stream, Mick Footinator. I figured you were into feet or something. I don't know. But it's Foofinator. What's a foof? I'm not familiar with the term. Or is that something to do, like a play off of the name? Thank you for correcting me. If I'm slaughtering anyone else's name every day on the stream, you got to let me know. Or I'm just going to continue to say it all butchered up. It's called sake. Oh, that's right. I like sake. That's that Japanese wine, yo. So that's made from rice, literally. They ferment the rice. I never thought of that. I got Joe and Jerry's autograph. Spring training facility is close by. That's what's up, Don George. My dance partners are 5'2". Fam, you should all check. JB, do you have an opinion of VeChain? I know it's an official sponsor of the UFC, and I know it was very bullish previous cycles. I remember when I first got into crypto, it was like a lot of hype with VeChain, something to do with the supply chains. But I don't know. I don't have really any personal insights. I just know they're an official sponsor of the UFC because I always see VeChain, Crypto.com, VeChain, Crypto.com. Apparently, fruit juice can be fermented with an additional bread due to the yeast. I am the shortest in the fam on the father side. The women average 6 foot and the men 7. Wow. That's like giants. Anunnaki. Maybe you come from the bloodline of the Anunnaki. Maybe we all do. I don't know. JV, I see a Golden State jersey. Who got you winning the chip this year? Celtics or the Mavs? I heard the Mavs. The Mavs won, from my understanding. They won last night, the championship. So they're the new champions. Shout out to the Mavs. I'm a fan of Kyrie Irving. He's my favorite. That's why I have so many Kyrie Irving jerseys. JV, I see. Yep. Way fewer women and 6 foot than men. That's why I figured. That was a scandal involving VET creators? Was there? There is a Beast Algo in VET. Okay. JV, do you eat sushi? I do. So just to be clear, I do eat fish. I do enjoy sushi. Typically when I go to the mall, me and my daughter will get sushi from the Japanese restaurant. It's like our thing. We always eat sushi. We've been eating sushi together since she was like 1. Why am I looking at my feet now? I don't know, Steve. You can blame the McFoofinator. Or who was it? Bobby Digital, actually. Bobby Digi brought that up. Japanese rice wine is my favorite. It's called Nigori. Sounds good. I've never had that. Hecklefish was saying soon. Nah, last night. Oh, snap. Shout out to Hecklefish. He is pretty hilarious. Anyways, fam, next story of the day. We still got a couple of stories to share with you. Let's discuss more bullishness where we left off. Bitcoin on the cusp of entering a parabolic phase this cycle. Here's the timeline. Wally Followed Analyst says the Bitcoin's on the cusp of entering the parabolic phase in a new session. Rec Capital tells his 500,000 followers that it appears as if the King Crypto is one weekly close away from going parabolic. However, the analyst notes that most likely it won't be weeks it won't be weeks until the top crypto asset by market cap makes large moves to the upside, quoting him here alongside the chart. Bitcoin rejects from the range high of its current reaccumulation range. It is clear the Bitcoin is only one weekly close above the range high, away from entering the parabolic phase of the cycle. But history suggests this historic breakout is still several weeks away. Let me know if you agree. The trader goes on to note that Bitcoin could reach the cycle peak sometime mid-September and mid-October of next year in 2025. Quoting him here. In the 2015-2017 cycle, Bitcoin peaked 518 days after the halving. In the 2019-2021 cycle, Bitcoin peaked 546 days after the halving. If history repeats and the next bull market peak occurs 518 to 546 days after the halving, that would mean Bitcoin could peak in the mid-cycle, September or mid-October 2025. Currently, Bitcoin is accelerating in this cycle by approximately 180 days. So the longer Bitcoin consolidates after the halving, the better it'll be for resynchronizing this current cycle with the traditional halving cycle. Now, Rec Capital concludes his analysis by saying the Bitcoin has been consolidating within the 60 to 70,000 price level over the last 2 months, and it has reduced this cycle's acceleration by about 80 days. Quoting him again. In March 2024, Bitcoin reached new all-time highs to confirm an acceleration in the current cycle by 260 days compared to traditional halving cycles. However, Bitcoin has now been consolidating between 60 and 70,000 for over 2 months now. This has reduced the current cycle acceleration from 260 days to 180 days, as he outlines here on X. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the crypto analysts, Rec Capital. Shout out Rec Capital. Let's get it. The Giants of Malta. No bathwater, please. Thank you. JB, you're a pure value and entertainment. Thank you, Molly. Glad to hear you're entertained. Sat soon. Parabolic look at the BLX weekly since inception through today. Draw a fib channel, add the 1.14 and 1.236 fibs. Bitcoin typically hits 2 fib levels post-halving. First stop, 400,000 per biddy. Second, 3 million. Astrology for the broskies, anyone? I dig it, Greg. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate all those insights every day. Brandon Hart's crypto now. You referring to Brandon as in the so-called president? The one and only Brandon, right? Mavericks haven't won the championship yet. They face the Celtics. Oh, okay. I thought it was the finals. So they haven't won the championship. They just won that, I guess, match against whoever they were playing. Thanks for correcting me. I thought they won the championship. I obviously didn't watch it. The face of the Celtics Thursday for Game 6 and Game 1 for the NBA Finals. Okay. I missed the orange Bitcoin hat. We need the pump. I know. I'll bring the orange hat back when we pump. Don't worry about that. I got you guys. We represent the orange people, if you know what I mean. Shout out to the orange people.
More than 5 shots in your stack, then get it on. Had the people on my back to get us on. Reds broke, have a talk, we smoked them like a bomb. Oh yeah.
We heard Kramer report that. You already know. We inversed that.
Too many frauds and scams.
Oh, new Eminem album dropped. I haven't listened to it yet. Let me know if you guys have. I hear it's fire, but I haven't heard it yet.
Take us down, what a guy. Wow, what a guy. Wow, what a guy.
Guess who's back? Gary's back.
People that use fiat
What do we call them, folk?
currency, we call them poor. We call them poor.
There you have it. But anyways, fam. Now for our feature story of the day. $1 million Bitcoin price is possible within the next 18 months, according to the Strike CEO, Jack Mallers. Let's explain why. Let's break it down, shall we? The CEO of Bitcoin wallet and payments application Strike. And let me know how many of you actually use Strike. I'm curious. Jack Mallers believes that Bitcoin can hit 7 figures by the end of next year in 2025. Wouldn't that be some ish? Let's go. In a brand new interview with Daniela Cambone. I bet you Daniela doesn't interview Max Kaiser no more. Mueller says he thinks the U.S. government will start printing money to pay its record high $34 trillion debt obligations because the money printing will debase the currency. He says investors will start piling into Bitcoin as a safe store of value, sending its price soaring as high as $1 million per coin by the end of November 2025. November. Let's go. He says, I don't think Trump or Biden or RFK is going to get up and say, I'm going to take away your health care. I'm going to inflate everything around you. I'm going to crash everything you know. All your bank deposits are gone. We are going to go through the Great Depression because it's in the best interest of America. That's not what the politicians do. I think politicians are going to say, here's a bunch of free ish. And this is why you should elect me. And then they're going to have to fill the hole of this deficit. Precisely. He also says, I am quoted saying $250,000 to $1 million for a Bitcoin cycle top prediction. That's my range, and the range is wide. But you're asking me to price something in a piece of paper that politicians who don't even know how the system works are actively debasing. So I think it trivially gets to $250,000. I think $1 million is possible within the next 18 months for that particular reason. And to watch the actual interview that Mallers did, the Bitcoin King, check the show notes below the video in the description. And let's discuss a $1 million Bitcoin price, shall we? My personal prediction I've been making on the show for this cycle peak, which I believe will occur most likely next year in 2025, is anywhere between $222,000 per biddy to $750,000 per coin. However, I am still open 100% to the possibility that Bitcoin can theoretically hit $1 million this cycle. And I think Mallers makes a good point because Bitcoin has no top, as fiat has no bottom. Now, my most likely outcome of when I think personally will hit $1 million, I think it'll be the following epoch cycle of Bitcoin at the next cycle peak, which I think may occur in 2029. That's if history continues to rhyme. As with the first 3 Bitcoin halvings, it was always the year preceding the halving that we hit the cycle peak. So theoretically speaking, let's throw the cycle peak for this cycle at 500,000, which is mid to my 222 to 750, right in the middle. Let's just hypothetically say 500,000 this cycle. Well, the following cycle, I definitely feel Bitcoin will 2x, right? And a 2x From 500,000 is how you get to $1 million. Very simple, right? From 50,000, we're only 20x away from $1 million. And right now we're close to 70,000. So, and a 20x can occur just 10x 2 times, right? What if that? There's so many ways Bitcoin can flow and hit that price target, especially with the devaluing of the currency, right? We have the BRICS movement. Let's not forget about that. I think many countries and nations are looking to move away from the dollar, as is evident with the BRICS movement. Then we have all the bullish catalysts we can't ignore. We have sovereign wealth fund adoption. We have nation state adoption. Look what Bukele is doing. Other nations may likely follow in their footsteps, just haven't made the announcements yet, probably secretly buying Bitcoin behind the scenes. We have people like Mr. 100 stacking massive amounts of Bitcoin. We have Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy stacking massive amounts of Bitcoin. You got ARK Invest stacking them sats. You got BlackRock, now 20 billion worth of volume in the ETFs. This is the fastest growing ETF in ETF history. They now have over 300,000 Bitcoin. They're now the largest asset manager. They overtook Grayscale. Grayscale before January 11th had 620,000 Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Now they're down to less than 300,000. BlackRock has overtaken them. There's just so much bullishness. And let's not forget, besides the institutional FOMO, which is rampant through the ETFs, we also have retail. The previous cycle, we hit 69,000 purely off of retail. Let's not forget. And I personally feel we could hit 100,000 that cycle if we didn't have the bad actors, such as the Bankman-Frieds, the FTX, the Lunas, and all of that. And what's the term? And compromised 3-letter organizations and people whose names rhyme with Wary Wensner, you know what I mean? Which could have been complicit in that fraud because he didn't spot it. How many times did he meet behind closed doors with Bankman-Fried? Well, according to his testimony in Congress, at least, he said, like, I met with him at least twice. That probably means he met with him 30 times. You got to be very, comprehend what they're really saying when they say, well, I met with him on record at least X amount of times. Well, that means just add a couple of dozen times, for Christ's sake. So you just never know. Anything is possible with the biddies because we've never had perfect money and people are waking up. I heard there's 2,500 billionaires on planet Earth. Well, guess what? These billionaires are typically smart people, hence how they get into that position. Yes, granted, some of them are corrupt mofos. We know this. But nonetheless, the smart money, the whales, they understand there's Bitcoin, there's perfect money, nothing else is safe. Bitcoin is the perfect store of value. It's immutable, meaning you can never change it, right? And there's never been perfect money that has ever existed in the history of mankind. There's a finite limited supply. 21 million Bitcoin there can ever be in circulation. 2,500 billionaires, right? How many millionaires are there on planet Earth? Too many. Not even enough Bitcoin to go around where every millionaire on the planet can say, I'm a whole coiner. Let that sink in. So if you're a whole coiner, you're well ahead of the game. You feel me? But let me know your thoughts. When do you feel the Bitcoin price will likely reach some of these bullish targets like Jack Mallers just discussed, from 250,000 to 1 million per coin? Holla at your boy. I'm going to read as many of your comments out loud as I can. Welcome to the Q&A segment of the live stream. If you're watching this live, as I'm assuming you are if you're in the chat, I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. And if you're watching the stream on X, if you can hit the repost, greatly appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. It's free to do so. It shows your support. It only helps out with the algo. And if you want to subscribe to the channel because you appreciate or like the content I'm producing on a daily basis, make sure to subscribe. I'll give you an on-screen shout out. I appreciate the support. Barry Gingsler. Yeah, I don't want to throw names out there just in case I accidentally get terminated again. So we got to be careful what we say. You know what I mean? Gary loves Larry. Exactly. Larry Fink, the Finkster. The Finkster. Trump's guilty verdict is proof of political warfare. It was staged to slander his reputation. Shout out to Dankness. Let's pump it up. I mean, trump it up. Don't you know? Trump it up. We got to trump it up. Don't you know? Trump it up. You got to trump it up. I love my pet rock gang. Amen to that. Global debt is currently 175x the market cap of the biddies. 1.2 million means 10% of the debt. Backed with the biddies. 342 on X. Shout out to the X fam. We conquered the YouTube fam already. There's only 155 on the tube, so Let's go. Whole coiners. Wop, 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 wop. That's right, McFuffinator. Smart investors with a long-term plan. That's who stacked the biddies at 500 G's. Amen to that. Gotcha, JV. Shout out Frank Roca. Appreciate you. Harry Larry on the top of the G-Gens. Jesus. Robert the No Coin. Bada boom, bada bing. You'd be shocked. I think a lot of the Bitcoin trolls are just trolls of humanity. They are smart enough to recognize Bitcoin for what it is. And for all we know, what's his name? The Jamie Dimons, the Peter Schiffs, they're probably Bitcoin holders through a proxy. If not personally, I guarantee you they're more than likely Bitcoin hodlers through a proxy, a relative, a son, a dog. So he can theoretically say, I don't own any Bitcoin, just like Gensler the Worm. I don't own any Bitcoin. Meanwhile, his dog owns all the Bitcoin because he owns it through the proxy. Are you starting to understand this corruption? How many whole coiners are here? Throw up your lighters. Let's go. I like that. I'll light the sage to that. Whole coiners, where you at? You're in any trade now? Me? No. I'm not in any trade. I'm a hodler. For the love of the hodl. Trump looks sad today. To be honest, I'd rather see him smiling. I felt the Trumpinator's pain. Like, for real? Did he give a speech? JV, can you make some shorts? It gets into... Definitely possible. Definitely possible. The man for the shorts is actually Dankness. When we created the Clips channel, dude was producing me 20 shorts per day. But it's, to be honest, it's a little overwhelming. I don't have the time to upload all the shorts. Limited schedule. Damn it. I have to now go mandatory union sanctioned smoke break. Damn it. Well, you'll get paid for it. I lost mine in a gardening accident. It happens to the best gardeners, bro. My kids do. I don't. Another way to hide it is to use a trust. That is true. I said by proxy, where there is a will, there is a way. Did some DCAing yesterday and early this morning and loving it. Keep stacking them stats. Beautiful time to be stacking them. Robert De Niro is a Cardano hodler. Probably watches his wife make out with her boyfriend. You know what's kind of cray-cray? De Niro has a newborn. I saw the picture of them together. Cute baby. I'm assuming his wife is Asian. It looked like an Asian baby. But nonetheless, he's 80. So he had a child at age 80. Wow. That's like next level. I didn't even know the broskies could do that. Just saying. 80-year-old. That's pretty crazy. Still popping out babies. I lost it in a parachuting accident. I lost it during some unprotected... What? Family trust, says Steve. Yeah. Where there is a will, there is a way. Facts. Exactly. I bet you there's a lot of pets who are holding crypto. And then the owner is like, I don't hold any crypto. I don't. Nipsey, on the other hand, I can't speak on behalf of him. He's self-independent. My kids don't know what I am leaving them. Neither does my husband. Good. My kid, yeah. Wait, did you say Robert De Niro was wearing heels? He wears platforms like 3 inches. They went viral. The photos went viral on X the other day. I saw. I didn't know if it was real, but apparently you guys say that's normal. He always wears the platforms. I knew like Pacino was known for that because I hear he's short as well, in the movies at least. But I didn't anticipate De Niro being a shorty as well. What seeds were you sowing during the gardening accident? Exactly. Good question. Yes, an LLC in a living trust. Don George, 4 inches. Wow. Why? Now, personally, I would never wear platforms to try to pretend I'm taller than who I really am. Is that like a mental disorder, or do you think Like, who do you think is recommending to him, yo, you don't want to look short. It might ruin your career. Where are these platforms? Like, I'm curious. Who do you think is giving him that advice? I don't think Martin Scorsese is like, yo, Robert, you got to wear the platform. But you never know. They're good friends. Just saying. Pacino owns his short. Exactly. And that's why I got to respect it. Greatest actor of all time, Al Pacino. Al Pacino. Mostly tomatoes and peppers. Pacino got so many classics. Not even funny. De Niro got a lot of classics too, but after this stunt, no one's going to be considering him a great actor anymore. They're going to be considering him a great Mama Luke. Just saying. The movie Twins was badass. I'm a huge fan. That was Danny DeVito and Schwarzenegger. That was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I used to love that film. Really good movie. Lost My Biddies. Heading for a Robert De Niro book signing. Dinner 1966. The Hollywood producers. Word. Napoleon Complex JV. He hates being short. I don't see why you wouldn't just embrace who you are. Maybe it's a mental disorder. Like people that feels like they have to. I won't use the term here on the tube. Transition. Nice way of saying it. Prince was 4'7". Now, Prince was like a G. I think everyone respected Prince. Remember the Chappelle skit? He was dunking on people, yo. He's only 4'7". Now, was that story exaggerated? Was Prince really dunking on them playing ball with Charlie Murphy? Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace, Prince. I Am Native and Burning Sage is really good for you. May Creator watch over you. Amen. May the Creator watch over all of you, and may you all stack them biddies and be safe, protected, and may God be with you, all of you. I identify as 6 foot. I'm 5'8", 5'2", Jason Jimenez. Right on dankness, you got me beat. Yeah. I guess every height has an advantage and a disadvantage, depending upon what you do as well. For example, in the UFC, you may be very tall, and then you got all this disadvantage because all the wrestlers are going to hit you by the leg, grab you by the leg, single leg, double leg, you get you to the ground, and vice versa. If you're very short, the strikers are going to be like piecing you at a distance and just light you up. I love Prince, no Diddy. Amen, Serge. I know a lot of people love Prince. A little Purple Rain, eh? Best Chappelle skit ever. True Hollywood story. Man, yeah, the Chappelle show is just next level comedy, bro. I grew up watching that. Huge fan. I got to meet Chappelle in Clearwater at one of his stand-up performances. He was super cool. He stuck around after, and there were people in the crowd. It was like, can you play my demo? Like upcoming hip-hop artists. And he stuck around. He gave it to the DJ, played it. He gave his feedback. He shook our hands. He was very, very cool. Shout out Chappelle. De Niro was funny when he played Dad in the Fockers. Yeah, that was a funny movie. The Fockers. Don't get it twisted. De Niro's in some of the best films in human history. I mean, to keep it real. Godfather, Taxi Driver, Bronx Tale, Goodfellas, Casino. There's dozens upon dozens of classic films between De Niro and Scorsese. However, he just lost everyone's respect after the recent stunt, I'm pretty sure. Jason's 5'9". De Niro was funny when he played. Yeah, I thought that was funny. That was with Ben Stiller, right? It's 4 siblings, and I took all my mother's juices. My 2 younger brothers are midgets. That's just like in Twins, bro. You're Schwarzenegger. They're the DeVitos. They got the waist. That's kind of funny, bro. You're all giants to me. Darth is only 4'11". That's like my mom's height, kind of 5 foot. We round my mom up to 5 foot, but she's really 4'11 and a half. Same as Darth. So you're my mom's height. Oh, Heat. Oh my God. That was De Niro and Pacino. I heard that was film, and they were never actually in the same room at the same time. But that was a classic. That's considered like the best shootout of all time in Hollywood. That Heat shootout. That was next level. De Niro's the man. True story. I met Prince in '84 at the old Ritz in New York City on vacation. That's what's up, Mick. Did you get to say hello and shake his hand, or how'd it go? De Niro's the man. Even if you can't agree with someone's political views, your standing as a fan shouldn't change. That just means you're a fickle person, says Tony Hilton. I like Midnight Run, says okay good. Tom Cruise, another crazy short dude, but also owns his height. How tall is Tom? I like Pacino and The Devil's Advocate. That's a classic, yeah. That was also with Keanu Reeves, yeah? That was a good film. So many good films. Scent of a Woman was one of my favorite Pacino films as well. That's a good one. Kings of Comedy. I'm not a fan of the Kings of Comedy. Ask Cat Williams why. He exposed them all. I only liked the dude who passed away. Short people don't take ish from no one. I know that. You know from firsthand experience. Melda, you're adorable. And I'm referring to Bernie Mac. I like Bernie Mac. I know he was one of the kings of comedy, but I think all the other guys were sellouts. And Cat Williams will tell you why if you watch the Shannon Sharp interview. Tom Cruise is 5'7", so that's not even short, in my opinion. Maybe in Hollywood it's short, though, you know? Should I make Moscow Mule? What does that mean? Is that a drink? Yes. Drink it up and enjoy it. It's Friday, bro. It's Friday. Yeah, Bernie Mac, rest in peace. He's one of the greats. Great comic. My fave. One of my faves. De Niro is reading the little statement from the piece of paper. I know. You would think an accomplished actor who's known for memorizing his lines and being one of the greatest, the greats, at least you could memorize your script that Biden gives you or his handlers are handing you. He can't even do that. No respect. Rodney Dangerfield. No respect. Why buy another? But Bitcoin with its fixed supply, buying ETH as store value is crazy. Yeah, it's a what is it? Oxymoron. Buying ETH as a store value, knowing there's a infinite. That's like buying fiat as a store value, and you already know what we call them, folks. Makes no sense whatsoever, if you know what I mean.
We call them the core. We call them the core.
Oh, Kings of Comedy, the movie. I thought you meant the Kings of Comedy, the group of the movie with De Niro, Jerry Lewis. Oh yeah, that's a classic. I watched that back in the day, a dark comedy about the guy obsessed with being a famous comedian. Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic. My apologies. I mixed up. I thought you meant the Kings of Comedy, what's his name? I don't even like those guys. Steve Harvey and Ced the Entertainer and those clowns. I love Jerry Lewis. He was funny as what? Shout out Jerry Lewis. Rest in peace, broski. Bernie Mac was one of the funniest comedians out there. Agreed. He was also in a lot of films. He was in Above the Rim with Tupac. I remember that one. He played Flip. They killed him with a razor blade after playing basketball. Actually pretty sad, but anyways. Yeah, life goes on. Darth Melda's like, dynamite. Small but powerful. Precisely. It's the small people you got to watch out for. Peter Dinklage. Who's that? Or Dinklage. That's a real guy? What a name. Peter Dinklage. Dinklage. I haven't heard of that guy. Eddie Murphy's a great. Yeah. Murphy's great. My favorite comedians for stand-up. First guy that comes to mind is always going to be George Carlin. Me and my pops connected. In that sense, he loved Carlin. Even when he was a child, he grew up listening to his albums. And so we would always watch every stand-up of Carlin together. So I love Carlin first and foremost. Others, obviously there's so many. I mean, how far back you want to go? Richard Pryor, legend, one of the greats. We do all love and respect Eddie Murphy, of course, from Raw. You can't even say the things they used to say in comedy back then. It's not accepted. Crazy as that sounds. Chappelle is one of the greats, in my opinion, as far as stand-up and comedy in general. Cat Williams, legendary. I saw him perform in Tampa at the university. He did phenomenal. I mean, the entire crowd was like on their feet. And he's very little as well. Cat Williams, extremely short. I don't know his height. But yeah, Carlin, rest in peace, one of the greats. The Little People, The Wizard of Oz, were supposed to be off the chain. I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't care for Kevin Hart. I'm not a fan of anyone who sell their soul to Hollywood. Kevin Hart being one of them. I mean, what's his name? Cat Williams exposed him as well. So I don't even mention his name in there with the greats. I don't care if he's funny or not. That's just how I am. You get down with Satan, I don't support you. Went to a small freedom festival at the weekend. Met a guy called Piers Coburn, brother of the former leader of the opposition Labour Party. Interesting. Got some great insight for the climate change BS. Smart. Word up. Matt, appreciate you sharing. Stick around for the uncensored version of the pod and enlighten me with what you discovered, because this is one of the topics that is highly censored on this platform. Yeah, Bill Hicks is a great. Did he pass as well? I appreciated his comedy. So many great legends. Rodney Dangerfield, I believe he passed as well. Another great that didn't get started in comedy till he was much older, but definitely one of the greats. Peter D is the world's most famous dwarf from the Game of Thrones. Oh, yes. I know who that guy is. Kings of Comedy, Steve Harvey said the inner. Cat Williams roasted these dudes on. Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Now, just all due respect though to Bernie Mac. He did not group him with the rest of them. We respect Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac didn't sell his soul and steal everyone's comedy like these other clowns you mentioned have done. Doug Stanhope is great as well. I'm a fan. David Brenner, I don't think I know that one. I don't know him. Norm MacDonald, the legend. Respect. Of course, Chris Farley, yo. Come on now. Tommy boy. Chris Farley is one of the greats. Definitely one of the greats. Fat guy in a little coat. Come on. Oh, Sam Kinison. Yeah, he was wild, bro. He was one of the wild ones. But yeah, another legend. Rest in peace. So many legends. Yeah, I'll stick around today and ask my questions about the Anunnaki. Thank you, Dankness. Appreciate it. In a few minutes, we're going to switch over to the uncensored version of the pod when the YouTube stream is officially ended. Yeah, Sam Kinison was amazing. Opposed the OLS, etc. by chatting thermodynamics at midnight after the few. Whoa. Yeah, you have to enlighten me on that. As beyond my comprehension. John Candy. I'm trying to think. I know the name John Candy. I don't recall exactly the stand-up. You're right, JV. Cat Williams roasted all the Kings dudes except Bernie Mac. Exactly. Respect on Bernie Mac's name. Because he knows they're fake comedians that sold their souls, pretty much. And they just stole other comics' routines. This is very common in comedy. People steal other people's routines. Aren't all presidents except Trump and one other not Anunnaki blood? Interesting question we'll save for the Rumble. Another topic that probably heavily censored here. David Brenner was big in the 70s, a bit like Jerry Seinfeld. You know what's crazy? One time, Max Kaiser opened up for Jerry Seinfeld. It's a black and white clip. I've shared it on my X. That's crazy, yo. So Max was initially a stand-up comedian. Explains his rants and why he's so funny and comical. So he's one of the greats as well. Jim Carrey, yeah. Come on now. And Living Color was next level. Virtually everyone who was a star in Living Color was hilarious. There were so many greats. Taxi, Rivers and Jim, Pollock's Trade 50X, John Candy. Uncle Buck. Yeah, yo. My favorite all-time is Carlin. You too, Molly. That's what's up. You know why I appreciate the comedians who use their platform to spread the truth? You probably recognize, right? All of my favorite comedians, they spread truth through their platform, through comedy. That's why I love and appreciate them. Cat Williams, clearly spreading truth through his comedy. George Carlin, clearly spreading truth through his comedy. He's the one who said, it's a special club and you're not in it. You know what I mean? Just spread the truth. Use your platform to do something to uplift humanity. I respect that. Exactly. West. What are you referring to there, Matt? Like, yay? Chris Tucker, stand-up. Mike Jackson. Tucker's a hilarious guy. But I'm pretty confident he sold his soul like most Hollywood, unfortunately. He did the humiliation ritual. Oh, we're on the tube. Shh, JV, be quiet. Exactly. There you go, John Doe. There you go.
You just say,
Guess who's back again?
I'm just.
Yeah, he's back. Tell a friend.
Nips who's back. Nips who's back. Nips who's back. The Nippinator. Shane Gills. Tires was hilarious. Don't forget Marlon Wayans. Yeah, Marlon Wayans is one of my faves, of course, from In Living Color. That's why I said everyone from the In Living Color era. Marlon Wayans, Damon Wayans, Keenan Ivory Wayans, Kim Wayans. I don't know how many Wayans there are. There's a lot. Little Wayne. No connection, but hilarious. Yeah, yo, all of them. David Allen Greer, Tommy Davidson, even J-Lo, before she was J-Lo, was a fly girl. In Living Color. You know what I mean? I respect it. Oh, yeah, Robin Williams is another. He was great. Phenomenal. Because he can just make it up on the fly. Yeah, battle with his own demons, unfortunately. Rest in peace. The Three Stooges, Larry, what were the names? Mary, Mo. Who's the fat guy? I forget. Bob Saget. He died as well. Did he die? He was from Full House. But he was actually also on, he made some appearances on Entourage. I respect him for that. And he played the opposite. Instead of like the family, he played like the crazy guy having sex with the young kids. As crazy as that sounds. I don't mean kids, but young ladies. Well, adult, but young, maybe 18, 20. Anyways, 30 Rock, Curly, Bitcoin headed to a milli. Larry, Moe, and Curly. How can I forget Curly? And ironic, Curly was the one with no hair. Yeah, am I right? And Shemp. That was after one of them died, right? Shemp came into the picture. Yeah, they're classic. And I heard they made like no money. That was like before people got paid a lot. Crazy. Yeah, can't forget Shemp. What was Miss Kamala Harris other than stand-in VP? A 0. Larry, Curly, and Moe, and sometimes Shemp. There you go. GT, gotta go. Yeah, let's switch it up. And we're gonna switch it from YouTube. So if you guys are watching the stream right now on X, Rumble, Kick, or Twitch, you're good. But the YouTube stream is about to come to an end. So I encourage all the YouTubers right now, there's 160 of you, head on over to Rumble for the uncensored version of the pod. It's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. And let's get ready to rumble with the uncensored version of the pod. I'll see you there. Deuces, YouTube. All right. YouTube stream should be finito.